All right, we did this like 3 times now, y'all. There's a little like reflection on the lens of my camera. I think it just cracked. I got to get a new camera. We're just doing a little bump up video on the Ugly Iron Man here. I tried to do this backwards and it didn't work. Is the core temperature? Let me see if I can't get in there and zoom on it or whatever it takes. Core temperature of the sand is 540-ish, right about there. It's still climbing. I just put it up there a minute ago. Yeah, it's still steadily ticking upward. But let's pull that out of the sand, chunk, and then we'll get for why this video is being made is what I'm saying. Just let that cool down. There we go. There we go. Down, down, down. We're going to insert it here into the little crack. I need to drill a proper hole, but I've just not done it yet. Just put a thermocouple in. That should drop down to about 160-ish or something like that. The reason I'm making it the video is I see a lot of people doing rocket stoves, J stoves, stuff like that, y'all. These things are they burn at dangerously high temperatures, and I can't stress it enough that the videos that are showing to build them out of like fire brick and ceramic cements and stuff like that, watch those videos, okay? The guys that are telling you to do this out of paper thin barrel stoves and jazz like that, okay, really, they're just sketchy as hell and they're going to burn your shit down. Or screw you up in some other way. I just can't say it enough. I can't make it the warning real enough, is what I'm trying to say, y'all. These things burn at really high temperatures, 1,000 degrees plus. And this one burns a little bit different than a J stove would, because a J stove sucks all the ash, everything up through. This one doesn't. If you look here on let me see if I can turn that on. The pan of ash here that's probably about a week's worth of ash or more, probably just a little over a week. And it's down at the bottom here. Let me see if I can't get a spoonful out. This is today's ash, that much. There's probably two times that much more. That's about it. That's today's ash. And let me see if I can get you down there without. And that may have been what I did before, is in the other videos, I tried to get too close, and that haze on there may be because I got the lens too hot, or the camera thing too hot. I never thought about that because it was just making my fingers hot just doing that. Well, that may have been a good reason to get a new camera then, huh? Okay, don't do that no more. Note to self, don't get it so hot. We are at 188, 190-ish, 189, I mean, 189. Yeah, okay. That's the sand temperature. And see, this is not so dangerous. If you got kids and stuff like that, you can touch that, and yeah, you'll pull your hand off in a minute because it's pretty warm, you know. I mean, you don't want to touch the metal part. That's a little bit warmer, I think. Yeah, about the same. I've always, I don't know, I guess it's psychological, I never tested the metal, the temperature or whatever, but I always just thought it was warmer or something. Just odd. I don't know if I can wedge it down between that. No, there's no real crack. And holding it, I don't think it'll work. Yeah, how about that? Where are we at? Yeah. Okay, it's not even near the core temperature. Okay, the 188 is inside, not on the outside, not the surface. But even the surface, you wouldn't hold your hand on for very long. But it's not capable of burning you doing it this way. In all your exhaust, rapid in thermal mass, to get rid of to absorb the heat is what I'm trying to say. And I can't stress that enough, y'all. But they burn super clean, they burn super efficient. This is how much wood I burned right there. That's roughly what you can carry in one arm in the wheelchair and get in the house, underneath one arm. And that's what I burn in a whole day. And the house is like too hot to. It's not that hot. It's still going down. Is the hot? It's like 90 degrees in here. It's uncomfortable. I mean, it's 80, 88, at least 80 something. Is 90 degrees, and it's not as comfortable as what you would want it to be. No t-shirt, just in my socks and my breeches. But it's good. And now to show you something, over here at the far end of the room, there's a board, that foam board. It fills that gap up there. That's 1x4. That's open, and it's open to the outside through the atrium, 24/7, 365. Doesn't ever shut. That little 1x4. Now the board sits there. I can put it up anytime I need to. But even when it's negative 20 or worse in the wind, I've never needed it. So I just bleed out heat, and that heats the atrium. The atrium heats the chickens, and it works out for everybody. So no, it's not like this is like a mildly warm sensation. No, this is an incredibly warm stove. If you got a drafty, windy, wet house or whatever, I couldn't suggest this enough. There's no amount of this will work for you, and it doesn't burn that much wood. And this is pine. I mean, that much wood, an armful, and it's way too hot in here. I should have stopped before. I put up some of the wood that I'd split. I should have put up more. It's plenty warm in here. So. And it's 8 degrees outside, if I didn't say that at the beginning of the video. I said it in the beginning of all the rest. It's 8 degrees outside, and it just works, y'all. And it's not dangerously hot. Because that temperature that this thing's burning at least mine, as it goes through the thimble, it easily, not maybe, easily crystallized mild steel, where it just crumbles in your hand. Just pay attention to what you're building these things out of. And don't let kids anywhere near them. In any videos that I see like that, oh my, that just horrified me. This thing was so dangerous before, when it was just air cooled. It is, but I couldn't get it all done. I'm crippled in a wheelchair. I'm paraplegic. I can only get so much done at a time. And no, I don't need 10,000 people to volunteer in jazz like that, y'all. I like doing stuff on my own, even though I'll never get all my projects done in my lifetime. It's okay. It gives job security. It's one of them. It's okay. Send me money. I need money for parts, especially for that beast. I need new batteries. The VA is not quick. Oh, in my disdain for these people. Not only are they incompetent, and they just blatantly lie. They're medical butchers on top of it all. If you're going into the military relying on the VA for anything, thinking that it's a perk in any way, oh no, just slap yourself in the head really hard. You'll be so much better off. Go serve your country, do all the things that you should, you know what I'm saying, or you need to do or want to do, but don't ever. The VA is just the epitome of any form of healthcare, any form of anything. They can't even get me parts for the chairs that they paralyzed me and put me in. That's the epitome of healthcare. Don't let anybody say it's any different. It's just wrong. Okay, off of that soapbox, y'all. The sand at 10 inches completely holds in, the 1100 degrees ish that it's burning at. Can't recommend it enough. And took me a minute to get it done. It's not completed, but it's, this far is what I'm trying to get at. I can't see if I can't get up there to the top from where the sand well is, and down. And I tuned that out, if you didn't notice from the last video, is I've been trying to make a pizza oven up here, and I need it to be like at 425, and in the sand temperature I can get like 5, and with a fan I can make a convection oven now. So we're almost to the pizza oven stage. Is what else? And if I want to do radical, I can put like aluminum tubing in there in the top and put a fan and then blow hot air, through the sand, and it'll be exactly the temperature that I need it to be, regulated by the fire and the speed of the fan and all that jazz. So yeah, that's the next project on this, is making some kind of a wood-fired convection oven. And but okay, y'all, there's we at, and I don't know anything more to say, but I can't stress wrapping these any form of inline inversion, gasification, J stove, rocket stove. Couldn't recommend wrapping them in sand enough, in thick. 10 inches is enough to back it down, to contain the heat. And I won't fire this again until 24 hours from now. Is in the morning again, about the time. You could fire it in the daytime, but then you'd have to like leave the doors open because it would be way too hot. Here, at least, it's cold in the middle of the night, so you can burn for a couple hours, and it takes the chill off the house. And I got an upstairs too that I'm heating. This ain't just downstairs. But I can't heat anymore because I've run out of cold air from the upstairs. So, all right, talk to you then, y'all. And I know it sounds probably more complicated than it is, but it really isn't. It works, even here in the mountains. It'll work pretty much anywhere. All right, talk to you then. Bye.